Well, now at 6, the effects from storms in Middle Tennessee yesterday. We'll go down to Coffee County. Madison's down there with a report on the damage they're seeing.
And to Fairview and the damage there, too. One grandmother this morning is counting her blessings. Nicole Smith will have her story.
All right, so we hadn't had rain in a while, so it was it was a good change. If you have cleanup to do, we regret that for you, but man, I'll tell you what. Brought down a few leaves in my yard.
It for sure did. And I mean, honestly, standing outside in the wind, you were getting pummeled by the really heavy rain. And that wind in that video is so impressive. I mean, some of the stuff that came through Rutherford County, Wilson County, even southern Davidson was very
It got dark fast, too.
It did get dark very fast. It was impressive to watch. But we'll go ahead and talk about what's going on this morning. We do have a red flag warning for you, especially in southern Kentucky. That means that winds will be gusty. We will also see lower humidity. So it's a big fire risk today. Don't start any fires, because if they do start, they could expand and move very rapidly in a short amount of time. Let's take you out to one of our city cams and show you what's going on early this morning back over Lower Broadway. The weather looking just fine in many communities. We are going to continue with good sunshine once we get through this afternoon, and we will also be very windy. We've got wind gusts right now anywhere between about 15 and 20 miles an hour, gusting close to nearing 30 later. Radar quiet and clear right now. We are going to continue to see that sky clear. In fact, those of you in Clarksville, Benton, Decatur, Carroll, Henry counties, even back over towards Houston County, you're going to see a quiet start this morning, and it's going to be cooler as well, as dew points will be dropping. Temperatures will be also dropping just a few more degrees at this time. Nissan Stadium, looking back over downtown, weather quiet. We're in the upper 40s in Paris, 60 in Nashville. You can kind of see that cooler, drier air working its way on in here. High temperatures today will be holding in the upper 60s and nearing 70. But before we get there, mid 60s by 11. Don't forget, it is going to be very windy. We'll talk much more about the rain for the weekend here in just minutes.
All right, let's go look at the impact of yesterday's storms in Middle Tennessee. Many communities have damage to clean up. Some have power to restore. Madison Glassman's down in the Manchester area looking at the storm damage there. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Neil. We're just off McMinnville Highway. In fact, this is Monagard Road at Interstate Drive. The road sign completely torn down because of the strong winds we saw with the storm last night. I'm standing in the midst of metal that was blown off the roof here of a metal business. Again, just off McMinnville Highway. This is what we're seeing across the area. Parts of roofs strewn off of businesses and homes. And we also saw some power lines right in the middle of the road just up the street here. In fact, police are standing in front of one, just making sure nobody goes past it. Earlier, we saw a large sign in front of a Prater's Barbecue on Woodbury Highway, completely blown to the ground. Duck River Electric at this hour still reporting over 1,000 members without power. Hopefully, crews will be working to get that restored. But again, we're seeing power lines down across the road here. Coffee County Schools writing on Facebook, the gym roof at Raider Academy sustained damage, but they say schools are expected to reopen today at their normal times. We're live in Coffee County this morning. Madison Glassman, News 2.
This morning, communities will be surveying the damage from last night's storms. One of the hardest hit areas was Fairview in Williamson County. Nicole Smith is here now in studio with a look at what these storms caused.
Good morning, Nikki. Yes, it's been a little over 12 hours now since some people in the Fairview community said the sound of rain turned into something much, much scarier. These are pictures from Mandy Gisecki showing the Fairview area yesterday afternoon. You can see the damage to a gas station there, as well as many trees down, power lines down as well. The Fairview Fire Department said a significant storm passed through the city. There were multiple reports of wires and trees down throughout, and their crews worked multiple calls. One woman said a tree fell right through the bedroom of her mobile home. She says she lives there with her grandson. Both are okay, but they will have to find somewhere else to live due to the damage.
I'm blessed. Considering all this, everything, I could have lost it all. It could have been gone. But I really don't know what I'm going to do, and now I've got to try to find another place to move to, because this is a total loss, and with my grandson on disability, me on disability.
Carla there says she has reached out to the American Red Cross and hopes to get some assistance through them. Neil.
All right, so as Nikki mentioned earlier, the Weather Service will go out and check today. We'll follow them as they survey the area. But meantime, if you have pictures or videos of the storm when it came through or the damage that caused, you can email them to pix@wkrn.com or submit them through the News 2 app. And as always, we really appreciate you helping us out with that.
And I believe with daylight, we'll probably be able to see a little bit more of those images coming in as those storms race through in the late afternoon through the evening as we head to the sunset just after 6.